Yo, happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone. I wanted to come on here and share this little piece of music history because it's fresh on my brain. And being that it's Martin Luther King Day, I thought it'd be a cool time to share it. So recently, I finished a book called Respect Yourself, which was about the history of Stax Records. Which, if you're unfamiliar with Stax Records was a record label started by Jim Stewart and Estelle Axton in the South around the same time as Motown, maybe a little bit earlier than Motown, but it was kind of a comparable label at the time. And they were famous for having Booker T and the MGs. They had Otis Redding, they had Isaac Hayes. A bunch of people came through Stax. And something that was kind of interesting about Stax is at that time it was very much segregated still in Memphis, Tennessee. And Stax Records was the only business in town that was owned by white people that employed black people. But being that it was still very segregated in Memphis, Tennessee, the artists and people that worked at Stax Records liked to hang out at the Lorraine Hotel. And the Lorraine Hotel is obviously where Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. But in a little bit of history, it was also kind of an upscale joint for black Americans to hang out at the time during segregation in Memphis, Tennessee. And so a lot of the people from Stax Records would go there, and that's where they would hang out. They would even write songs there. And then it ended up being the same hotel where Martin Luther King Jr. was killed. And it's just so crazy. And then riots happened. There was, I guess you could call it riots or uprising, whatever you want to say. People were pissed after Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. And so when the town started rioting, one of the one buildings that they didn't touch was Stax Records. They left that one completely alone because of the good standing in the community with owners and the people that ran it and worked there. And so I just thought that was a little interesting bit of history. So anyways, happy Martin Luther King Day, and music is history.